Hey everybody, this is Mr. Comiskey. This is my second attempt at doing this video because the first one messed up. All right, so let me give you a little rundown on what we're going to be doing. The next few weeks, we are going to be reading a short story called Flowers for Algernon. But we're not going to start the story today. Rather, in today's assignment, and all you're doing today is just this little assignment that you'll kind of be walked through on this video, is reviewing theme. Okay, so first, though, we're going to review theme. So theme, we've talked about this a lot before in both my class and Lovelace's class, but it is the moral or life lesson that you could learn from a story. A big point is that it should be universal, meaning anybody should be able to relate to the theme, even if you haven't read the story. So for that reason, you shouldn't use like character names or specific plot details in a theme. So for trash, for example, you wouldn't want to say the theme of trash is when Gardo and Rat and Raphael worked as a team, they got a lot done. Because that'll only mean something to you if you've read the story. So it should be a universal thing that anyone could relate to. Lastly, the theme is not said explicitly in the story. Rather, you kind of have to read between the lines to figure it out. So there's never going to be a part in a story where the author stops and says, hey, the theme of this story is blank. When you find the theme, you're not finding that. Rather, you're kind of analyzing the story, reading between the lines, and figuring out what you think the life lesson is. So the theme should be a sentence, okay, not like one word. A, a one word is not a life lesson. Okay, life lesson needs to be a sentence. However, to find the theme, you should think about kind of the one or maybe two word main ideas of the story. And we're going to use these one or two word main ideas to help find our theme. And I'm going to refer to those as theme topics. Okay, so whenever you see theme topic, it's kind of like main idea. So if we read a short story and it says, and I say, what are some theme topics? You should list one or two kind of main ideas of the story. And as a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do right now. Hold up. All right, so let's look at this story. We're going to read it together, and then there's going to be at points where the story, where the video stops, and you're going to have to fill in some stuff on your own. Okay, and that's what the assignment is, the stuff that you are filling in on your own. All right, but first, let's read the story. On the day of the talent show, Roland didn't want to go to bed. What if everyone makes fun of me? He wondered. I couldn't stand that. When his mom came into the room to see if he was ready to go, he rolled over and groaned. I can't go, Roland moaned. Just forget it. Roland's mom sat down next to his bed. You know you're a good singer, she began. There's no reason why you shouldn't give it a shot. Roland sat up. Sure, give it a shot. But what if I don't win? What then? I can't stand to think about it. His mom thought for a moment. If you lay here in bed, then you have absolutely no chance of winning. You've already lost. So the first question is, what are some theme topics of the story? And you can see that I already wrote some in. Nervous, worried, or winning. Those are kind of like the one or two, one word, kind of like main ideas of this story that I think could help me get to the theme. So what I want you guys to do is on your screen, it's going to pause in a little bit, and you're going to write down some theme topics of your own. Just like mine, one word of main ideas of the story. I want you to come up with two more that are not the ones I wrote here. All right, hopefully you did that. Next, you're going to come up with what you think the theme of the story is. So you're going to look at your theme topics. But you can't look at them because you already wrote them. But you're going to think about your theme topics. You can look at mine too. And try to come up with like a one sentence main idea, or sorry, a one sentence theme of this story. Okay, well, hopefully you did that. This was the one I came up with. Don't let fear of failure get in the way of your success. And I picked that because to me that was a lesson learned from the story. Like he was afraid of failing, he was all nervous about it, but then his mom sort of inspired him and let him know that if he didn't try, he wouldn't win. All right. So now you've come up with your own theme. You came up with your own theme topics. What I want you to do next is come up with details that support this theme or the theme that you chose. In other words, you picked a theme. What are some things that happened in here that made you think that your theme was a good one? All right, well, you can see what I put here. He was nervous about the talent show. He wanted to give up. And his mom told him, if you lay here in bed, then you've already lost. So those are the reasons that I think that my theme, don't let your fear of failure get in the way of your success, was a good one. All right, well, that's the end of the assignment. We'll do like little videos like this once or twice a week. Sometimes they might be a little harder than this. Hopefully this was pretty easy. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe to my channel. You can click the link right here to buy my merch. All right, thank you. Bye.